The genesis of our Digital Health Forum is Signing Day, a day we celebrate annually by welcoming in a group of digital health companies to our G4A Partnerships program. The group of this year's competitively selected innovators are fundamentally changing the experience of health, not only for you, but for all of us. In this special edition of Pitch Club, we're excited to present our 2021 Growth Track Cohort. So please join me in welcoming our newly selected companies this year.
Welcome to G4A's 2021 Pitch Club Signing Day edition. In this session, the G4A's 2021 Growth Track startup partners will present their company and solution to a global audience in a 3-minute pitch. If you've been catching the G4A Pitch Club on LinkedIn Live, this special Signing Day edition will be a little bit different. There will be no judges. Those companies have already impressed G4A and its internal reviewers with their innovative solutions. Each selected Growth Track company is welcomed into the G4A Partnership Program, where they receive funding and gain access to mentors, resources, and a global network. This year, G4A has selected Growth Track companies in the areas of women's health, mental health, and cardiovascular disease in support of the Health for All mission by collaborating with digital health thought leaders. Congratulations to our incoming 2021 Growth Track companies. Let's take a look at our first innovator in the women's health category. In the area of women's health, G4A has been looking for innovative solutions for the screening of PCOS and endometriosis. Both chronic conditions are characterized by a wide range of symptoms and can go undiagnosed for many years, leading to delayed detection and treatment of the disease. Our startup partner in the women's health category is changing that. Please welcome Polly, a digital health company that facilitates the management of chronic diseases for women.
Hi, my name is Jane Sagui and I am co-founder and CEO of Polly. My background is in management consulting and VC.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Mason and I am co-founder and COO of Polly, and my background is in public health and operating roles at digital health companies.
30% of the female population, or around 40 million women in the US alone, have a complex chronic condition like a hormone imbalance, a digestive disorder, or an autoimmune issue. The patient experience for these sorts of problems is abysmal. I actually know this myself because I have a very common hormone issue called PCOS, which is an acronym for polycystic ovarian syndrome. This hormone imbalance impacts 10% of the female population, and it's a leading cause for infertility, but it's way more than just a fertility disorder. You have a 50% chance risk of developing diabetes by the time that you're 40, 4 to 7x heightened risk of heart disease, 3x higher risk of both endometrial cancer and mental health issues. It's a whole body chronic condition, and yet the healthcare system is really, really poor at treating it. And from the patient perspective, it's a really fragmented and frustrating journey.
And so in order to fix this, we are building a programmatic telehealth solution for all complex chronic conditions for females, starting with PCOS specifically. We are in the pilot phase with our flagship PCOS program. It's a 2-month paid pilot that includes access to 4 main things: a dedicated care team, so a health coach and a nutritionist, as well as a care coordinator, a variety of lab options so we can really get at the root cause of what's going on with your symptoms, as well as educational content and a personalized PCOS plan that your care team creates to help guide you through your 2-month journey. The program is really focused on behavior and lifestyle changes specifically, and we're targeting women who already have a diagnosis of PCOS. Right now, we have a wait list of over 1,000 individuals who we mainly acquired through social media, so Instagram, as well as Reddit, and are continuing to grow that wait list. In terms of the pilot, our first cohort was around 15 members, and we saw some really promising engagement. 96% of users were active every week. And then after the 2-month program, 83% of members reported symptom improvement as well.
And our vision for Poly is to redefine the patient experience, not just for PCOS, but for all complex chronic conditions for females. Similar to how Livongo and Omada did this in the diabetes and then general chronic disease management space, we plan to use our digital PCOS program as a playbook for expanding into other sorts of conditions like hypothalamic amenorrhea, thyroid disorders, and one day all sorts of digestive and autoimmune conditions. Similarly, from a business model perspective, we're starting with a consumer subscription now to gather the data that we need to really make a strong sell to health plans down the line. But our vision is to sell to those insurers as well as employers so that we can make a really accessible and scalable solution. And lastly, from a scope perspective, like Sabrina mentioned, our scope is behavior change focused right now, but we want to be bringing together the worlds of conventional and functional medicine so that we can ultimately provide the most personalized experience for our members.
Thank you, Polly. Your solution is so needed. And now I'm pleased to share with you our startup partner in the mental health category. It is estimated that nearly 1/3 of people diagnosed with a serious life-altering chronic illness such as heart disease, cancer, or diabetes are experiencing symptoms of depression and anxiety. At G4A, we've been engaging with digital health solutions and platforms that help people manage and improve their mental health and well-being. Please welcome our 2021 Growth Track company, RCube Health, a digital therapeutics company focused on anxiety-based disorders.
Hi, I'm Ravi Janapareddy, co-founder and CEO of RCube Health. Poor mental health is one of the leading causes of disability worldwide, according to the WHO. Amongst mental health conditions, anxiety-based disorders are the most prevalent, with more than 500 million people suffering worldwide. The pandemic is causing widespread psychological distress, affecting even more people. Many of them face barriers to care due to factors such as stigma, long waiting lists, and focus on chronic physical illness, usually comorbid with a mental health one. Therefore, 50% of them are not treated in high-income countries and 80% in lower-income countries. For those who get access, many of them are given medication, which is not always the best option due to side effects. Some of them are given face-to-face care, such as psychological therapies, but they cannot be delivered at scale due to shortage of mental health professionals worldwide. To solve this, we are creating a digital therapeutics platform for good mental health, providing easy access to evidence-based, fully digital programs. Our first product is Resony, a mobile app to enable people manage their anxiety and build resilience during challenging circumstances. Resony is based on a unique multimodal therapy, combining principles of cognitive behavioral therapy and physiological techniques such as resonant breathing and applied relaxation. One unique feature of our app is to monitor subjective experience of users such as mood, feelings, and objective metrics such as heart rate variability. This data is then layered against other determinants of health to get a rounded view of assessment and tailor the intervention to the user. Our target users face multiple barriers to mental health care. Some of them face perceived stigma and do not approach a health professional, while some typically wait several months to access care. Some are able to access care but prefer a non-drug alternative. Our vision is to create and deploy digital therapeutics at scale so that people anywhere in the world can get instant support to manage their mental health. Beyond managing, we want to leverage the power of multimodal data and machine learning to develop personalized and predictive health tools for screening and intervention. By simplifying access to mental health care, we not only support the millions in need, but we can also empower people to take control of their health and well-being. If you're passionate about mental health and want to make a difference, please come and talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, RCube Health. This is such a valuable contribution to the health and wellness space. And now, we will share with you our partners in the cardiovascular disease category. Cardiovascular disease causes 31% of all deaths worldwide. Digital tools increasingly enable remote monitoring of patients and generation of data that can be used for early detection of disease risk through novel biomarkers. At G4A, we seek to support companies that can help predict the risk, progression or start of acute cardiovascular events through novel biomarkers and algorithms. This year, G4A supports 2 digital health companies in the cardiovascular space. We are happy to welcome the 2021 Growth Track company Cardiocol, a digital health company that develops voice-based markers and methods for monitoring and screening heart rhythm disorders.
Talking is a natural daily activity, but voice is not just words. It's a result of a physiological process generated in our body, containing valuable data about our physiology and health. With the right analytical tools, the data is translated to vocal biomarkers of various health conditions that can be detected and tracked simply through your voice. I'm here to tell you about VAM, voice-assisted arrhythmia monitoring, that we have developed here at Cardiocol to save and improve lives. VAM is a new analytics and AI-powered platform using vocal biomarkers of heart rhythm irregularities. By using it, we're able to detect whether there's a risk of experiencing one of the most dangerous heart arrhythmias called atrial fibrillation. AFib is the most common and a costly arrhythmia, a key cause of stroke and other chronic diseases, including heart failure, kidney failure, dementia, and more. It is estimated that 1 out of 3 Europeans will develop AFib. The worst part of it is that AFib is a sneaky disease, with up to 90% of the episodes being asymptomatic. That's why the European Society of Cardiology has called for mass screening of everyone over the age of 65. The sad reality is that the current technologies don't detect large portions of the at-risk 65-plus population. And yes, the big majority of these complications can be prevented if detected on time. That's why Cardiocol has developed the VAM app for detecting and monitoring AFib through voice user interfaces like a mobile phone that most older adults already use.
Over the years, I've witnessed thousands of stroke victims and their families suffer needlessly as a result of unknown or mismanagement of atrial fibrillation. Most of this AFib-related stroke could have been prevented with early detection or extended AFib monitoring. Unfortunately, current methods of AFib detection and tracking are limited in time, cost prohibitive, and offer low detection yields. In Cardiocol, I recognize a solution that is using voice in a really novel way to bridge these gaps and significantly help prevent AF strokes on a significant scale.
We are committed to using voice to save millions of lives. Just listen to your voice.
Thank you so much, Cardiocol. This solution is going to be so helpful to so many people. In addition, the second Growth Track partner in the cardiovascular category, Accelerator, is redefining heart failure management through remote, cost-efficient and non-invasive intracardiac pressure monitoring. We are happy to welcome Accelerator in this year's Growth Track program.
Hi, my name is Philip Peters and I am the co-founder and CEO of Accelerator, where we are developing a remote heart failure monitoring tool to help reduce heart failure rehospitalizations. So the problem today is that there are around 30 million heart failure patients who will be rehospitalized within 6 months of being released from the hospital. Not only is this extraordinarily costly, but around 75% of these rehospitalizations can be prevented with the right monitoring tools. Detecting blood pressure inside the heart, or what's otherwise known as the intracardiac pressure, can be an early indication of impending heart failure and deteriorating heart health. And if we can detect this pressure early enough, we can prevent the majority of heart failure hospitalizations. The solution is to measure this intracardiac pressure remotely. And invasive solutions of intracardiac pressure monitoring have demonstrated a reduction in both mortality rates and rehospitalization rates by more than 30%. The problem, however, is that these solutions are still invasive. The we have developed is the world's first non-invasive and self-administered intracardiac pressure monitoring tool which is a completely new combination of 4 different sensor technologies, which is analyzed by the machine learning methods that we have built in-house. Our product will be entering the clinical trials within the next month, and our product is also protected by a solid IP strategy with several granted patents and several more in the pipeline. We estimate that there are around 15 million patients globally who could directly benefit from the Accelerator heart monitor. We are a remote monitoring company, which means that our underlying market is growing at 18% per year. And we estimate that the total addressable market of our product is around $4.5 billion per annum. Going ahead, we are fully focused on our clinical trial, which would be one of the biggest trials of its sort. We will be looking at around 715 patients who will be undergoing an invasive procedure, which will be used as the gold standard in comparing our product to clinical practice. This will be run together with some of the 2 leading cardiology departments based here in Sweden. We are a founding team of 3, and we have known each other for a long time. We are a technical founding team, and what we mean by that is that we have the technical skills in-house to take this product all the way to market. We have a fantastic advisory board who help us fill in our knowledge gaps when needed, and they range from medtech veterans within the cardiovascular space to larger US medtech companies, as well as some fantastic heart failure cardiologists around the world who are participating in both our clinical trials but also in future trials. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and I hope you'll reach out for any questions.
Thank you so much, Accelerator. Your solution is highly needed in the cardiovascular space. And now we have already come to the end of the Pitch Club Signing Day edition. I would like to thank Paulie, R-Cube Health, Cardiocol and Accelerator, our new startup partners, for their informative and exciting pitches, and officially welcome them to the 2021 Growth Track Startup Program. Each featured company offers a unique and innovative, person-centered solution with the common goal of fundamentally change the experience of health. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of the event.